We invite you on a voyage of exploration, a voyage into the world of ancient mythology. A world of gods and heroes who were frequently ungodly and as often unheroic. But in almost every myth, there's a grain of reality. And in this series, we'll try to find the grain that exists in every legend. This voyage will take us to 3 continents and many countries, unearthing clues, piecing together fragments of fact and some marvelous fiction to do with the private lives, sometimes sensational, often deplorable, of our leading characters. The Greek states carved a permanent place for themselves in the history of human culture, with their architecture and their sculpture, which remains strangely modern. And their works of art, embracing all the facets of human suffering and pain. The Greek philosophers and dramatists have become an inseparable part of our cultural heritage. Athens, still a great city, established civilization's first democracy. And yet Sparta, once one of the great names in Greek history, is now little more than a grove of olive trees. Why? According to mythology, Sparta was founded by King Lacedaemon, son of Zeus, king of the gods. That is why the Spartans called themselves Lacedaemonians. Sparta was a powerful independent state, and up to the time of Lycurgus, the lawgiver, did not differ from other Greek states. However, in the 8th and 9th century BC, Lycurgus introduced changes which turned Sparta into a military barracks. To discourage people from coveting wealth and accumulating money, he introduced a truly hard or heavy form of currency. He also introduced communal eating, a daily black soup made from bull's blood, flavored with vinegar.
Spartan philosophy? Decadent trifles. Military songs became the order of the day. The Spartans even had to speak concisely and to the point, laconically. Perhaps the only ones to appreciate this were the Spartan women, who claimed that they, of all womankind, were giving birth to real men. But now only the olive trees are left. Whatever is left of that ancient Sparta today. This is the Spartan Acropolis. Not one of the buildings can be identified. Not long ago, there used to be a single sign here saying that this was the Temple of Athena. It is gone. Even here, the archaeologists were no longer certain. What we do know, however, is that this stream is called Eurotas, the stream down which, according to mythology, Paris, Prince of Troy, sailed when he came to carry off King Menelaus's beautiful Helen. An act which sparked off the Trojan War. And yet Sparta and her men immortalized themselves not here, but far from their city. Pilgrim, tell the Lacedaemonians that we are lying here dead, as ordained by our laws. The Thermopylae Pass. 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas, stood here to defy an army of over 500,000 Persians. A cloud of arrows covers the sun each time the Persians fire, lamented one of the defenders. Good news, joked another. We will be fighting in the shade. 3 times the Spartans turned back the Persian attack. Perhaps they might even have held the pass. Were it not for this path, and the traitor who led in the Persian soldiers to surprise the Spartans from the rear. A box of Persian gold offered to the traitor called Ephialtes turned the tide of battle. Not one of the defeated survived. They fell to a man. Greece could ask no more of them. Ephialtes, the traitor at Thermopylae. Today in Greece, his name is equivalent to Judas. But of Sparta itself, virtually nothing has remained. The pillar fragments are mainly Corinthian, the walls Roman. They hail from a period when Sparta's fame had long since ebbed away. For over 75 years, archaeologists have been at work here, mainly British, with negligible results. The Sparta of today is a quiet and pleasant provincial city. Its most interesting building is the Demarchium, the town hall. But when you are once in Greece, who's interested in buildings that are barely 50 years old? In comparison to Athens or Corinth, the number of tourists here is minimal. was a time when Sparta stood for and defended the interests of the whole of Greece. In the Battle of Salamina in 480 BC, the Spartans submitted to the Athenian high command. Rivals through the ages, they joined forces to face a common enemy and to save their homeland. "300 small Greek boats destroyed a fleet of 1,000 gigantic Persian galleons. Gigantic, and hence poorly maneuverable in the shallows that surrounded Salamina. From here, Xerxes, the Persian king, sat on his golden throne and watched as his plans for conquest took a nosedive. The larger Persian boats jammed themselves into the neck of the bay of Salamina, breaking each other's oars. With the ships out of control, they fell easy prey to the Greeks. Today, Salamina is still a highly strategic spot. Sparta was perhaps the barracks of ancient Greece, but in an age when survival depended on weapons alone, this was a necessity. It was the courage of the men of Sparta that saved Greece from subjugation and preserved its culture, a culture that was to become one of the cornerstones of modern Europe.